I'm Ted of Rockin' Barbecue. Today we're talking about wood, specifically bark. Should you or shouldn't you? When it comes to the question as to whether or not you should remove the bark from your splits of wood before you use in the barbecue, we're going to explore that today. What causes dirty or acrid smoke? Is it the bark or something else? Also, is bark something good to use in order to enhance the smoke ring in your meat? That's something else we're also going to explore. Okay, now, first question. Does bark cause your food to be acrid or bitter tasting? Well, let's take a look at that. Yes and no. Why yes? Well, yes, if your bark is moist, if it's soggy or wet, if it has moss or mold on it, if it has sap inside there still seeping through. Yes, it can make your food bitter or acrid. Why? Because you're going to produce dirty smoke. Now, if your wood is green, that's going to be the same case also. Green or wet wood will cause dirty smoke, which causes an acrid or bitter taste. Now, if your wood is dry, but your bark is still wet or moist, or if it's soggy, or if it has moss or mold growing on it, then yeah, you should probably remove it. Probably be a good idea. But if it's not, if the bark is dry like the wood, there's no need to remove it. Now there's another hand. If your wood is dry, if the bark is dry, doesn't have any moist spots, and there's no moss or mold growing on it, there's no need to remove the bark from the splits. You can use this in your barbecue. What's it going to do for you? Well, first, it does actually enhance the flavor of the smoke. It'll give you a nice woody flavor to your smoke, especially if you're producing a really good clean smoke. Another thing that the bark does for your splits, and therefore your barbecue, is it helps to add extra nitrogen oxides to the smoke. What do those nitrogen oxides in your smoke do? Well, two things. It helps the bark enhance the flavor. It gives you a nicer woody flavor with your smoke when you're running a good clean fire. And it helps to enhance your smoke ring. The nitrogen oxides inside of that smoke actually increase whenever it has bark on the wood when you're smoking. That's going to give you a nicer, better, more flavorful smoke ring. So what I'm trying to say to you is this. If your wood is properly seasoned, thoroughly seasoned, and is properly dry, thoroughly dry, preferably below 20% moisture content in your wood, and if you need to measure that, you can always buy a nice little moisture device on Amazon. They have them. And they're not very expensive. And then you'll be able to measure the moisture in your wood. Now, I prefer that wood to be below 10%. And how do you get it that way? Preheat your wood before you put it on your fire. There's a heating plate on top of that firebox. And whenever I'm cooking, I'll put a split in there to replace the ones that have already turned into charcoal. And whenever I go to continue the cook, I'll put another split or two on top of here. That's going to dry it out. It'll preheat it. As soon as it goes on the fire, it'll ignite immediately. Preheating that wood helps to do two things. Dries it out really well, and it gets it nice and hot. As soon as you put it on the fire, it will immediately combust. That's going to give you a good clean fire and a good clean smoke. This is exactly what you're looking for. To conclude, if you've properly seasoned your wood and it's dry, there's absolutely no need or reason to remove the bark from your splits of wood. It's perfectly fine. As a matter of fact, it could actually enhance your cooking experience.